Welcome back to the Proud Masculine, live on the drive. It is June the 7th. That doesn't blow your mind? You're not fully in tune with reality. Anyway, doing a quick live on the drive, a quick stream, a drop in to recognize Men's Health Month, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We could just call it Men's Health. I don't know. But, and I really wanted to make a push to represent that cause rather than what they try to make this month about, if you know what I mean. It has something to do with rainbow flags and stuff. And, what is it? It's the most, that's how you know people are pushing something, or pushing an agenda. When they have to have a campaign of something like a dedicated month to shove it down your throat, rather than just having a general appreciation and recognition for it day to day. But with that being said, that's not why I believe the Men's Mental Health Awareness Month is necessary, because it is. Through the filming of this video today, you're probably going to have, 12 to 28 guys attempt to take the long ride, the permanent solution. That's the reality. It's tragic. And so I just want to get in and talk a little bit about that every day, being somebody who's had some serious challenges and having had to work through some really, really dark times in life. Some of it was put there, and a lot of it was based on my decision making and my choices, based on the information that I had. And I think the most important thing that I can attribute to where I'm at today, being able to speak on it from a place of healing and a place of care and love, is because of this one attribute, which is accountability. That's the first major step. If you've gone through something, or if you are going through something, if you're struggling, is to look in the mirror and take accountability, own it. And without the awareness that something needs attention, you'll never understand it. It'll never be. What'll happen is, inadvertently, you'll keep yourself as a victim, because I've done that as well. Why me? I didn't ask for this. Whatever. If you really look back and you're brutally honest about where you are, who you are, and what's going on in your life, it's on you. And the sooner you come to terms with that, the sooner you can begin the recovery, the rebuilding, the leveling up, as soon as you can realize that. And I know people's questions like, well, what if, I grew up in a dysfunctional home and I was abused, the SA or the physical abuse, or, look, I get it. You didn't ask for that. You didn't deserve that. Nobody does. No human being on this planet deserves to have to go through that. But the point is where's it going to get you staying the victim of that circumstance any longer than you have to be? Once you have an awareness that this has affected you, and this because of what happened, no matter what it is, it's now on you. Just like it was on me to make the change. And that's it. And that's where it all begins. But So accountability, and that's one thing I've had that has been the topic of many live streams and have always come up into my coaching sessions. This is probably one of the most talked about topics is accountability, and it's for good reason, because that's where it all starts. Well, it really starts in awareness, but the action steps necessary to move forward start with accountability. And it's a good feeling, and I know people say, like, if you grew up a certain way, I get it. I went through the same thing, very dysfunctional childhood. Experienced some dark times as a child, and I know we're kind of helpless and powerless of those circumstances when we're that vulnerable, and we're supposed to be in the care of people bigger than us and stronger than us, and they have so many advantages. People are not supposed to do that, but everybody gets dealt a different hand in life, some better than others, but you just got to learn how to play your hand, and that's a process. And once you can take accountability and understand that I'm now the one who has to make something positive out of this, is when you can actually start using your past experiences, the negative, the down, the dark times, as actually use them as a positive in life. That you can actually use that as something to forward your growth. I understand it sounds paradoxical. Like, wait a minute, what? By using the things that put me in a fucked up mindset and a fucked up position in life, to apply that to get good results. I didn't get the good results. Why? So yeah, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. And once you see, we don't live in the past, but we never shut the door on it. There's valuable lessons and throughout every day that we overlook. But there are lessons in the good, and there's lessons in the not so good. There are lessons in every experience in life. And so if you're struggling with something that might have happened, or you're battling demons, just know you're not alone. You're not alone. It's not abnormal to be in your head and, have these dark thoughts. Some of the worst things you can think. That doesn't mean you're weird. It doesn't mean you're off. It means you have something you don't understand going on inside of yourself. That's why it's so important to reach out and be able to have someone that, like a sounding board, someone, and I've said this many times, DM me. I'm not bullshitting. If you're really in a position where, you have no answer for the time, and that's at that critical moment where you're about to hit the button, fucking shoot me a DM. There's a lot of resources out there for men. And look, as a man, I understand it's not easy to have to come to a place where we have to admit that we're weak. We can't handle it. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're in unfamiliar territory and you don't know what to do. You don't want to be there, but you don't know what to do to get out. And it all starts with that one conversation. There's clergy. You can go to any religion. You can go to a mosque. You can go to a temple. You can go to a church. You can go to any type of religious affiliated where they have religious leaders and go open up to someone. They'll never turn you away and they will not judge you. But it's something. It's an outlet. Besides, you can't solve a problem in the same space it was created, right? So you can't be in your head where you've created this problem and solve it by yourself. This conversation may mean the only result you get maybe is you get to hear yourself express this, to verbalize what's going on and give you just a tiny bit of a shift of perspective. And that may be all you need to jar it loose. I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost people dear to me. That's why this whole channel started. Years back, with that in mind. I'm not going to get into that today, but I just feel like if my nephew would have called me or we had talked, that I maybe just could have got him to at least hold on. I just, that haunts me to this day. If I just could have talked to him a minute, if I just could have reminded him how important and special he is, and how temporary it is what he was going through, that nothing is worth taking the precious gift of life you've been given by God. And ultimately, I tell you to have these conversations and talk to somebody and reach out. Reach out to God. Pray about it. You pray for God, God will answer you. You in a time of need at your darkest hour, and you reach out to the Lord, you will get an answer. You will get a response. There's not one time that I haven't gotten what I needed from God. Even back in the day when I was younger and please, I'll never do this again. I got something out of it. But, praying to God in earnestness. Anyway, I don't want to get too far into that, but that conversation, that initial attempt to reach out, seek help, and seek a different perspective may just be the little shift needed to understand something's got to be done differently. Even if you simply understand, like, I don't know what to do yet, but I have to do something, that's progress. That's a shift. That's a shift. That's all you need. One little tiny shift in perspective. And it grows from there. And then it's work. Sometimes it's difficult. It's not going to be easy. That's the problem with society today. People don't want to put the work in anymore. Everybody wants instant everything. What, you're fat and out of shape? Go take some Ozempic and get on Adderall. That'll help you lose weight. You can't concentrate. You can't do things. You don't have the energy. No, don't sleep good and eat good. Go get on some Adderall. And same thing with the young guys. I want to be as muscular as that guy. I'm going to juice myself up with steroids. It's like nobody wants, I want to be a millionaire. Well, I've tried this for 2 months. And this business isn't working out. I'm closing down. This is a stupid idea. You gave it 2 months. Nothing of sustainable long-term quality over a long period of time is going to evolve overnight. It's a process. And it's a process of ups and downs. And that applies the same thing to accomplishing being the person you want to be, which you probably are deep down inside, but the process of peeling away the layers and getting to that center of you that exists. So it can be done, but you gotta try, you gotta put forth the effort. But yeah. No, and look guys, I know it's, as men, not only is it difficult to ask for help, because God forbid we look weak, look like we can't handle our business, like we can't handle shit. I get it. Not to mention, there's not as many resources for men out there to get help as there is for women. And that's just nothing personal, that's just a fact. This is why it's so important to build a community and group and tribe of strong, like-minded men around you in life. You need that. you need to have some men in your life who are going in the same direction as you at the very least, or people who are ahead of you. This is what your friends group should consist of. Everybody working towards something. You should have at least one guy on your level, one guy way ahead, and one guy coming up from behind. And you all just feed each other. It's a beautiful, harmonic friendship and relationship because everybody's got purpose. Everybody's got a role in that tribe. And it's okay if you have a bigger tribe with more people, but that's the dynamic. You always want to have people in your life who are ahead of you, who are excelling, who are doing better than you. You always want to have somebody laterally who's about the same place you are, working toward the same thing. You always want to have somebody who's just a little bit behind, but who is as ambitious, just hasn't achieved what you and the other guys have gotten to yet, that needs guidance and help. Like-minded. Like-minded. But that's just it, y'all. I think if you're going through something, hang in there. I care. Whether you're going through a breakup, lost your job, closed your business, went broke, you know, life just kind of fell apart on you. It happens. It's not the end of the world. You can start over. You can rebuild. You can come back better. You can build back better. 2.0. This is what I specialize in. Not because because I've done it. I've had to do it. Thankfully, thank God. Because don't think I didn't have moments on the brink of thinking this world is better off without me. And it wasn't like this boo-hoo, poor me, this world. I really just felt useless. My life was falling apart. I didn't feel of use to anybody. And there's nothing more dangerous and empty feeling than a man who feels he's of no use and has no purpose. Michael Wilbur. That's a very good point. That's not true. It's not true. I care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be on here, you know, shouting out to men's health, men's well-being. They are people who care. Now, to the degree that they do care, I often find with a guy like me is contingent upon how are you showing up. And I've had clients come in, oh, she broke up with me. All right, well, let's talk about that. Let's see what you got to do. And oh, wait a minute, me do what? Well, she's got to do this. No, man, this is an inside job. And if you're not willing to listen to what I have to say and implement the programs and actions necessary, then I'm really not going to help you. And yes, there does come a point where I lose that sense of responsibility and care for that person. Once you show me, if all you want to do is complain and get your ass powdered and pattered, you just need somebody to comfort you. What is 84? Well, don't fear losing her. Appreciate her while she's here, because you will lose her one day. Waste your time on being scared. Spend your time wisely, appreciating. Make the best of the time you have left with her. And I'd say worrying about something that's completely out of your control is a waste of time. That's not going to keep her here. Right, Michael, I agree. Even though there is an exit. That's because that's programming. If you've never experienced anything different, how do you know that there's something different? This is where the ability to branch yourself out and get out of your comfort zone comes because the only way to know is to try. And most people run from. A lot of people shut their life down and squander opportunities and big breaks for themselves because of the fear of the unknown, the uncertainty. And that's what stalls people. The fear of the unknown. There is a way. People do care. I do care. And I hope everybody who came on, thank you for coming on. If you haven't yet, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. Have an amazing day. Go do something positive and productive for yourself. Hit the gym, go for a walk, meditate, pray, eat well. Take good care of yourself. There's only one of you here. So, show yourself some love. See y'all.